guards here at Cranky Motorsports. Took all the mower decks off the tractors and I'm getting my plow rigs ready. Oh yeah! Got Mater out here, just warming up, bleeding all over the snow. SS18 with the loader. Roper with the loader. SMLE just sitting there purring. Well, like I just said, it's kind of the changing of the guards here at the old Cranky Motorsports home base. So I'm in the left side of my garage where the garage doors are. My ST12 plow tractor, Mr. Plow. That one's all ready to rock and roll. All the lights are hooked up. This one has calcium-filled rear tires and it seems to do pretty well in the snow. Couldn't put chains on it if I wanted to because they're 26/12/12s and I don't think there'd be enough clearance in the fenders. But he's all ready to go. I got my SS18 loader ready to drive out the door if I need it. Then I have my trusty snowblowing machine with parts from this SS18 up on the hood right now, but that guy's ready to go. That one has a fresh battery. The charging system's all fixed in it. I never did pull the motor back out and fix the oil leak in that one, so I got to remember if I use it to fill the oil up every time I use it. But that one, all the lights on the roof and everything work, I believe. I think I hooked all the lights on the roof up. So that one has, oh, let me just turn it on so you can see. If I got a key in it, let's see here. Yep. So I got the headlights hooked up in the front. Pretty normal headlights. And if I shut that switch off and turn the other switch on, I have LEDs on the roof, a blinky LED, and then regular tail lights, pedestal tail lights on the back. So all set up and ready to rock and roll. And then I basically put I'll walk over the other side of the garage, but put all my kids' tractors over in this side. So you see the Mario tractor, the Princess Peach tractor, my 67 Super 12 Special, 68 Super 12 Special rather, clone sitting behind it, 67 SS12, the AR14 in the back there, the GT18 stuck in there, Mater's stuck next to him. Then I got the 679 back there. I got the 69 diesel, which I have to fix the fuel line on that because the last time I was mowing grass with it, that 2-inch long piece of rubber hose that goes from the factory tank into the motor is split and leaking everywhere. I got the CB Special back there next to the Mongrel 3. This is the SS16 I picked up this summer with a whole bunch of attachments that I got running in one of my previous videos. The last time I tried running it, it wasn't running so great. I put a brass float in it, but I had swapped some carb parts, which I never should have done, but I swapped some carb parts. Now it doesn't quite run right, so I gotta go through that carb. I never even pulled it off, I just got it running. But this is a 68 Suburban 12 that I haven't finished hooking the motor and the wiring up yet, but that guy will be running next year. This is the 73 SS16 that I picked up off my buddy Dave. This is the one I got the ag tires off for the red Roper loader. I haven't touched this one since I got it. Pushed it in the garage and haven't touched it. Then here in the middle row I have Miss Emily with my 42-inch trip spring snowplow on it. That one's all ready to go. This tractor never lets me down. I mean, it's such an awesome machine. It's nice and heavy. The rear tires are loaded. I have those huge Bollins, like 75 or 100 pound Bollins weights on the back. And then I have one of my tote boxes here with a whole bunch of weight in my tow strap because last year I almost drove this one over my stone wall, so I had to pull it out with my loader. I got the red Roper loader here. This one, if I need to use it, I can. It doesn't have quite enough weight on the rear end yet. Even though the tires are loaded with washer fluid, it has dual wheel weights and all these barbell weights on the back. It's still not quite heavy enough for the snow. I was spinning pretty bad, so if I had to use it for snow, I could. I'd have to throw some more weight on the back, but that's no big deal. And then we go down the last row over here. That's my 74 SS16, the one I call the $40 SS16 that I bought from Rhode Island. I mowed all summer with that guy. Ran perfect, no issues with that one. This is it's actually a 70 SS12, but it has a mishmash of parts on it. The grill and the hood are off 2 different years. It's a 69 hood and a 70 Suburban 12 grill. I might order the right stickers for this guy because I like the 70 SS12 just as much as the 69. That one I bought off my buddy John Copetta. Haven't done anything with it since I bought it. Need to get that one running. It's my 69 SS12, which that's the all original one. That one I do need to, I don't know, the motor on that one knocks, so I'll probably just run it until the motor blows up. It does run good, it just knocks at high RPM. Probably run it till it blows up. I got a couple extra motors, but that one I got to get back to in the springtime. This is actually Hugh's SS18. He had me pick it up and do some work on it because after he did all the paint work and stuff like that on it, he had issues with it not getting fuel. It turns out the fuel line was too close to the muffler and it had melted a hole in it, so it would lose suction. I fixed all that. Now it seems like the fuel pump's weak, or I ran it out of gas. I might have run it out of gas. So that's Hugh's SS18. I might end up buying it off him because he says he kind of lost interest in it. So come springtime or sometime this winter, if I have cash, I may be buying this off of him, which I don't mind one bit because, as you guys know, BGMS is my favorite motor, and he already did a lot of work to this thing. All the hardware is stainless steel on it. The dash, it's an older style dash, obviously, so all the stuff I would do to it, he's already done. He did gaskets, adjusted the valves and everything, so short of the paint coming off because it didn't have the correct hardener in the paint, tractor looks great, drives great. I think he said the transmission leaks, but I have a couple of spare transmissions too if I needed to swap that. My 70 Suburban 12, which has my mid-mount grader on it right now. I was going to take that off, but you know, when you have this many tractors, you can kind of start leaving attachments on them once in a while. So that guy's got the mid-mount grader. I used that one earlier this year to grade my driveway. I had the mid-mount and the rear blade on it, which works out pretty well. And then I have my all original 73 SS16 here. This one, haven't touched it all year. I think I drove it a handful of times. The governor in the motor is messed up, so it revs up really high, but it has no power. So like if I try to drive up my septic tank hill to get onto the top of it, it bogs down really bad, even though the RPMs are high. So I think the governor's messed up in this motor. The motor otherwise runs good. I think that motor was the one that was on my old Mongrel that ate a few screws in the valves. So there's a potential that there was some damage when it did that. I remember there were actually screws stuck under the intake valve, so the thing was backfiring really bad, and maybe it backfired and spun the crank backwards and messed something up. I don't know. But I have another motor I could put in this one if I wanted to. I also have a B48M that I just got from Brandon Weaver that I might stick in that. D10S, I think I drove it once this year, which is a shame. I need to go through that. I really need to swap the rear end in that because it pops out of second gear, do an oil change on the motor and stuff. Otherwise, I mean, he's always fine. And then the Roper RT16T, this one I didn't touch at all this year. There's an issue with either the fuel pump or the carb. The motor on this one's kind of tired. It seems like when you rev it up, it doesn't have good pulse power, so it probably has low compression, and that's why the fuel pump isn't working properly. I could cheat and put an electric fuel pump on it. I really don't want to do that. I would rather pull the motor out, do head gaskets and valve cover gaskets and all that, adjust the valves, try to get it working the way it's supposed to before I condemn that motor and just put an electric pump on it. I don't like doing that, as you guys well know. So that's just a little overview from my garage. So I still have a whole ton of motors in here. That's an HH120 points motor. That's a SSI HH120. Then I have a 10 horse Kohler, 18 horse Onan. There's a 16 horse Onan, and then a blown up 18 horse Onan, all in a row here. Spare parts are still doing good. I got all the covers I need for all my tractors and all the belt covers, the PTO covers and stuff, a couple extra dashes. 3-point hitch. I think I still have 4 or 5 3-point hitches I haven't put on anything yet. And then the car, haven't touched it all year. Well, I touched it last time I worked on it was this summer. I just lost drive to do that right away. This is a BGMS that came out of that SS18 that had the loader on it. This one I haven't touched since I got it. The fuel lines and stuff were messed up on it, but luckily they had a shutoff valve between the tank and the carb, so I have good hopes for this one. It does turn over, if I recall. Yeah, it turns over perfectly fine. And again, BGMS, so it's my favorite with the oil filter on it. And I have a OH160, which honestly, if somebody wants that motor, I sell that motor. It runs pretty good, but I had to rub the coil off it, so I don't have a coil for it. I have all the tins and everything for it. The starter and everything's good. It actually ran pretty good, and the carburetor on this thing, it was a replacement carb. It's just, you know, chalky. So maybe I should keep it for parts for the OH140 I have, but we'll see. And then another HH120 here that came with the last loader I bought, that SS12, the 68. It came with 2 extra motors and a spare tractor. This is the extra motor. This one turns over. I think it has spark because I think I shocked the crap out of my hand when I was turning it over, but I haven't really tried to get that one running. I really need to bolt it down to a frame, but that's kind of a little update here at the Cranky Motorsports home base. Other than that, you know, I haven't done much to any of my tractors in over a month, so that's why you haven't seen a video from me. I mean, honestly, I got burned out because all summer long, all I did was work on tractors. Oh yeah, I forgot, that's an 16 horse Onan 2 that came out of that snowblower machine. That's the one I got from Peter Malloy last year. That one should run too. I did head gaskets and clean the cylinders up, and I just got to adjust the valves and rebuild a carb for it, and that one should run just fine. So I got a bunch of stuff. No lack for projects still, but I mean, my goal for this year was to try to get most of my tractors running, and I did. And then I sold some, and then I bought some more that didn't run. So, I mean, I almost had all my projects done. Now, basically that SS18, so that's one. I mean, the Roper, this one doesn't count because I know that one runs. This one I know runs. But the SS18, that one needs work. This SS16 needs a little bit of work. This 68 needs a little work. That SS16 needs work. This one I know will run because that was my motor, and that one ran. This one runs. So really, I only have like 3-4 machines that really don't run right now that I need to finish up. The rest of them, if I threw a battery and some extra gas in them, I know I could get them to run. So, but again, there's a little update from the Cranky Motorsports home garage. Hope you guys are having a great holiday season. Thanksgiving's now over and done. It's almost Christmas time. Today's December 5th. So again, keep tractoring, keep up the faith, keep safe, whatever you want to say, all the taglines for 2020. I'm sick of wearing a mask all the time. I try not to go out unless I have to, and I have to wear a mask pretty much everywhere I go now, unless I'm outdoors, in the woods or something. But enjoy, have a great holiday season. I'm sure I'll be posting a Merry Christmas video soon, and we're supposed to get like, I don't know, 6 to 11 billion inches of snow. They never really know anymore. I don't trust meteorologists, but anywhere from, I mean, we already have about 3 inches, so anywhere from 3 inches to somewhere like 12 or 15 is what they say we could get. It doesn't look like it's going to stop anytime soon, and it's pretty heavy stuff, so hopefully we don't have any trees come down. I had the 2 big trees in my front yard taken down, but I still have these 2 massive pine trees that at any point in time the branch could break off and, you know, hopefully not hit any of our vehicles. I might have to move our vehicles down to the bottom next to the house now that that's the safest point. But thanks for watching, guys, from Cranky Motorsports. Have a great day, keep tractoring, and just have a great weekend.